Olá, amigos do Degustando Vinhos. Sejam bem-vindos a mais um programa e hoje, mais um programa especial. Estou aqui no Château Lagrange e gravarei um vídeo aqui e farei uma degustação de 3 vinhos deles. Já voltamos com a gravação. Olá, amigos do Degustando Vinhos. Sejam bem-vindos a mais uma degustação, mais um programa. E hoje tenho o prazer de estar aqui no Château Lagrange e quem me recebeu muito bem aqui foi a Justine. Justine, very nice to meet you. It is a pleasure to be here and you received me very well in the winery and welcome to our program. And I'd like to have only 2 questions for you.
Sure.
Firstly, tell us about the history of the winery, and after that, we can talk about these 3 wines that you produce here.
Okay, thank you very much for coming to Château Lagrange. It's an estate that has a very rich history. For more than 400 years, the estate has remained exactly the same. So the vineyard is the historical vineyard. It used to be the exact same plot in 1855 at the time of the classification. We had a different series of owners for Château Lagrange who were visionary and who helped to build a greater reputation for Lagrange and its wine. And also that's how Lagrange was classified third growth in 1855. The last purchase of Château Lagrange was in 1983 from a Spanish family, actually to a Japanese family, who also were passionate about Bordeaux red wines. So the group Suntory is the leader in Japan, the leader of soft and spirits, and the son of the founders was really fond of Bordeaux wines. So he purchased Château Lagrange with a vision to make really the greatest wine that he could. So they invested a lot in this estate. And it was 40 years ago. The philosophy has not changed. The quality is always the priority. It's a purchase of, first of all, of a heart, of passion. So we have 4 winemakers here at Lagrange, and everything is done to produce wines in precision, in respect also of the environment. And to give to all the customers and all the people who discover Lagrange around the world a memorable experience.
Very good, very nice. Could you tell us about these wines that you produced?
Yes, so I brought 3 wines of the range. The first wine is the white wine that we have been making since 1986, so almost 30 years. At the time in the Médoc, we were really 7 or 8 chateaus to make white wine. Today, you have more than maybe 70 or 80 estates who make white wine in the Médoc. It's a blend of Sauvignon Blanc, Sauvignon Gris, and Sémillon. And this wine is aged 6 to 7 months in barrel with 1/3 of new oak barrel. The idea is to have a balance between aromatic complexity with notes of citrus fruits, but not only, also white peach and pineapple, something very nice, a bit floral also, but also to have roundness, suppleness, texture on the palate. And it's the balance of both that really make the wine very pleasant, both for the aperitif or for food. Here you have the vintage 2023. The idea is to have something very fresh, so to enjoy it more when it's young, maybe in the next 5 years. to enjoy really the wine and the freshness of the wines.
Very good. How about this? Les Fiefs.
So Les Fiefs de Lagrange was born actually when Suntory purchased the estate. At the time there was no second label, so all the production went to the Grand Vin. And the purchase occurred in December 83, and in January it was the blend of the vintage 83. So Suntory asked the winemaking team, how can we improve right now the quality of the wines? Their philosophy was really to make the greatest wine possible. And the winemakers said, well, you need to create a second label to improve the selection of the Grand Vin. So that's what they did, and that's how the first ever vintage of Les Fiefs de Lagrange was the year of the purchase, 1983. At the time, it was one of the first second label in Bordeaux. The concept was really developed a bit later in the 90s. France was the historical market for Les Fiefs de Lagrange, and it has stayed the same since. So today it's still France which is the main market for this wine. The idea is to have a wine that is a bit more accessible, that we can open earlier than the Grand Vin, but that also showcases a complexity, an aging potential, a density, a concentration that is worth a great wine. So of course you can open it after 3-4 years, but for sure you can keep it 20 years in the good vintages with no problem.
Good, very good. So Lagrange.
Château Lagrange. Château Lagrange is the Grand Vin of the estate, and since we created actually the second label, the idea, as you know, is to try to make the best wine possible, and for that, of course, you need to have a good terroir, you need to have the right picking dates for every plot, but also the proportion between the two wines is very important. From the beginnings, we decided to make less Grand Vin than second label, to focus the best plots into the Grand Vin, but keeping old vine and good terroir for the second label. So usually the production is 30 to 45% of Grand Vin, and the rest for Les Fiefs de Lagrange. So actually our biggest production is the second label. But for the Grand Vin, that's how also we concentrate the best plots. We are looking for power, but also concentration, precision, and for sure aging potential and longevity. So for sure there is more Cabernet Sauvignon into the Grand Vin. For Les Fiefs de Lagrange, it can be 55%, for instance. For the Grand Vin, it will be between 70, 80, 85%. This kind of blending proportion. Of course, there will be more aging potential, a bit more new oak barrels. But the idea is really to have a wine that has smooth tannins, not too extracted, with a certain freshness to have this longevity, and of course fruitiness and a very silky texture. But it's a wine that you can enjoy in decades. But also you can open it, especially with the latest vintages, which were very open earlier than usually. You can open it after 8 or 9 years, no problem.
Very, very good. I'd like to thank you very much. E agora vamos fazer a degustação desses vinhos. Já voltamos. Bom, vamos degustar o vinho branco, Les Arums de Lagrange. What's the name?
So the name Arum is the name of a flower, a white flower that grows next to the lake in front of the chateau. That's why we called it arôme also. It reminds the word aroma, of course.
Aroma. Well, let's... Parfum. Muito aromático. Very aromatic. Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah, so the blend is 73% Sauvignon Blanc. So of course it has a majority of Sauvignon Blanc, which brings the acidity, the freshness, the elegance, the citrus notes. Then you have 15% of Sauvignon Gris. So the Sauvignon Gris, it brings aromatic complexity, those notes of tropical fruits, also floral notes or white peach notes. And the Semillon, we use it, so the 12% Semillon, we use it more for the palate, to give suppleness, to bring roundness to the mouth. And the barrel aging, it's not to bring woody aroma really to the wine, but more to bring an extra patina to the wine, an extra richness of texture.
Very good. Muito bom. Aromas de flores, pêssegos, abacaxi, como ela disse, maracujá, frutas de caroço. And let's taste it. Very good, very good. About 8 seconds in the mouth. Yeah, 7-8 seconds. It's in the mouth now, but strong 7-8 seconds. 7 a 8 segundos na boca, pegando forte, muito aromático. Uma acidez good, very good acidity.
Yes.
High because this is high.
Yes.
And very good acidity. And
we harvest for the harvest. We usually harvest in the morning, very early, to keep the acidity, to keep the freshness, and the terroir also of those hectares of white vines are very quite fresh. So it keeps a good acidity into the wine, which is important, especially when the vintages are warm.
Very, very good. Muito bom. Muito bom. Bom, vamos agora degustar Les Fiefs de Lagrange, um vinho tinto que é um vinho mais jovem, que não é um vinho, mas tem uma certa guarda, é um belo vinho. What are the blend of this wine?
So for the vintage 2015, the blend is 55% Cabernet Sauvignon, 41 Merlot, and 4 Petit Verdot. This is a classic blend for Les Fiefs de Lagrange. There's always a bit more Cabernet Sauvignon, but there is still some Merlot because we need the drinkability, we need accessibility, and the Merlot will bring this accessibility to the second label. So a bit less aging and less new oak barrel proportion than the Grand Vin, to be able to have something that you can open earlier. But I present you today the 2015 vintage, which is 10 years old. Also to show you that, of course, it's very good today. It's very elegant, very harmonious, ready to be enjoyed. But you can keep it for sure.
Yeah.
You can keep it 5 years, 10 years. 2015 is a very good year. It's also a year where we made particularly a small proportion of Grand Vin, so a lot of very nice plots entered into the blend of Les Fiefs de Lagrange in 2015. and it's a very nice wine to enjoy today. Yeah.
Yeah, let's try. Tertiary smell. It had tertiary smell already. I like it very much.
You have some evolution notes, for sure, but you have also some fruity notes, even though they are, of course, they are a bit mature, a bit evolved, but still very elegant. You have some floral notes also, a bit spiciness.
Yeah, spiceless, a lot of spices. Muito bom. Has fruits, but have spice and some leather. I like the mushrooms and rained drowned. I like this smell.
The Petit Verdot is a varietal that will also boost a little bit the blend and give density on the palate, give more spicy notes, also give a little bit of tannins. So we like this varietal, always added in a small quantity, but it always boosts a little bit the blend. So we usually always add some Petit Verdot into the blend.
And how long this in barrel? In barrels?
Between 12 and 14 months, depending on the vintage.
Yeah, I think that this wine like this more 10 years, at least 10 years, because he has this smile, but he is very young yet. Not so young, but young yet. Muito bom. É isso aí. Já vamos degustar o terceiro.
So this is the vintage 2010 of the Grand Vin.
2010.
2010 is one of the big vintage in Bordeaux. The concentration of tannins was particularly high during this year. And the Cabernet Sauvignon were very powerful and were very concentrated, very dense. And so the winemakers decided for this vintage to not add any Petit Verdot because the Cabernet Sauvignon were already enough for the blend. And so this vintage blend is 75% Cabernet Sauvignon and 25 Merlot. So all the Petit Verdot went to Les Fiefs de Lagrange this year, which is a very good bottle also. And 2010 was a vintage that was a bit difficult sometimes to drink, to taste during the primeur. It was because of this very high concentration of tannins, but the tannins were very noble and very mature, and so it was just a question of time. So you have some vintage that from the beginning are very open, very opulent, very fruity, and very subtle, but you have some vintages that are less easy to taste, very young. So 2010 was part of those vintages and just needed to be a bit forgotten into the cellars. And now it's been a few years, of course, now that it's been really opening with very smooth tannins, a lot of freshness, a lot of concentration and length. So it's really a delight today. but of course you can still keep it. Today it's 15 years old, and we like our wines at 15 years old because it's a good balance between freshness and richness, and density, but evolution and tannins that are very wiser, and it's a good balance. So we enjoy our wines when they are 15 years old, even though of course you can drink them a bit earlier, a bit later, way later, but 2010 is very special for us.
Let's see the color, but the color is young. The color is not old yet.
It's not.
The color is
not coppery yet. Yeah.
Brick is not. Looks like brick here, not yet. This is elegance.
And Lagrange, and I would say maybe more Saint-Julien in general, also is renowned for the freshness in the wine, because the freshness is a parameter that is very important for us, that allows to keep this wine longer, to keep the color not evolved after 5 years, etc. So it's something that we are very careful about.
Vou falar para eles em português, eu nem sei como falar em inglês, mas esse vinho, ele tem os aromas muito elegantes e também traz os aromas de envelhecimento, os terciários aí, de chão molhado, de couro e terra, cogumelo, mas isso está sendo muito elegante, está meio que misturando com aromas antigos aí, aromas que já existiram de frutas e de baunilha, se bem que eu não vi tanto, assim, nenhum dos vinhos eu vi tanta baunilha, nem tabaco, assim, um pouquinho, só alguns toques. I thought that these aromas are very elegant, but they are tertiary aromas, like leather and ground, and it's good, it's different, because they mixed the tertiary aromas with the secondary and first aroma of freshness. It mixed very, very good. I'm a little bit confused about this mix, because for me sometimes there's a line, the second and the third, the old wine and the young wine. But this is mixing, and this is very good for me.
You still have some freshness.
Different. Yeah, it's different for me because they mixing. Tá bom, tá muito bom isso aqui, Peca. It's very good, and the tannin is still wide awake, and I give more 30 years for this.
Yes, for sure. You can still forget it a bit in your cellars.
Yeah,
for sure.
A lot of time for this wine. The tannins are very wake. Very not strong, a little. I think when it was released, the tannins were very, very rich. Now they are.
It was more difficult to taste, for sure. Yeah.
It's like waiting for a Barolo. Barolo. Have you ever tried Barolo?
I have, yes. Yes.
In 2 years, the mount. Bom, very, very good. Excelente, maravilhoso, excellent, beautiful. I love this wine.
Thank you.
Congratulations for your wine.
I will tell the winemakers.
And I'd like to thank you very much for your interview and this beautiful tasting and show me the winery. And eu agradeço a todos também que assistiram o nosso canal. Peço que curtam o vídeo, peço que se inscrevam no canal e que divulguem o nosso canal. Um abraço a todos and
thank you for having me. Cheers.
Cheers, santé, né? See you. Bye.
Bye bye.